Hey guys, welcome to Browntable Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Ant-Man, directed by Peyton Reed. Now, this is also my first video review, so bear with me if there are any kinks that I need to work on or any bumps in the road. If you want to help out, comment in the comments section down below, that'd be great. Now, I review movies in a different fashion. I do it more organized. First I go over the story, then I go over the actors, how well they acted, then I go over the music, then I go over the effects, motion capture and stuff like that. And lastly, I go over how enjoyable the movie was as a whole. After that, I go over spoilers. And I also have my own rating system, which is from 1 to 5 stars. And that's it. So let's get started. So first off, Ant-Man has been in production for over 12 years, and it has had a rocky history. Mostly due to Marvel being unsure how it would end up. So they decided to place it at the end of their Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 2 lineup, right after Avengers Age of Ultron. This may have been a risky move to some people, but it was the right one. Speaking of right, Edgar Wright was attached to direct this movie, but ultimately left due to creative differences. This led to crying fanboys everywhere. They demanded Edgar to return and bet the movie would flop. It didn't. So Paul Rudd plays an ex-con named Scott Lang, who's down on his luck and works at Baskin-Robbins to make some dough. Of course, this is barely paying the bills, and he can't see his daughter Cassie due to her mother not wanting Scott to see her, unless he gets his life together and pays child support. Anyway, feeling all depressed, Scott gets called by Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas, who helps him regain his life by helping him save the world. And then you have the movie Ant-Man. Ant-Man is basically a comedy action movie, more along the lines of Thor: The Dark World and Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Don't worry though, it's not as bad as Thor: The Dark World. Paul Rudd is great in the movie, and of course, how can you forget how good his movies are? For example, Oh in Ohio, 200 Cigarettes, Wet Hot American Summer, and of course, who can forget the amazing Dinner for Schmucks? He plays Scott Lang beautifully, truly makes the character his own, similar to how Robert Downey Jr. basically is Iron Man. Michael Douglas is also in the movie, and he's great. He's got a great enthusiasm compared to his other recent movies. If you don't understand what I mean, then watch Ant-Man, and then after that watch Wall Street Money Never Sleeps. You get it now, right? Michael Douglas is dynamic with his on-screen daughter, played by Evangeline, I have no idea. Lilly is fantastic. Lilly as Hope Van Dyne is a fantastic addition to the cast and steals just about every scene she's in. Side note, in the movie, Hank Pym is still kind of an asshole, but not as much as wife-hitting Hank Pym from the comics. Corey Stoll as Darren Cross is very controversial, as his character is not as fleshed out as others. He is a character that reminds me of Obadiah Stane from Iron Man, played by Jeff Bridges, but not as fleshed out, though he's still just as intimidating. Now, the funniest part in the movie has to go to Michael Peña as Luis. His on-screen chemistry with Rudd is flat out funny. Watching the two, it's kind of like listening to sizzling bacon. It's great. The music in the movie is also great, composed by Christoph Beck. It has a very heist-ish, small-scale adventure flair to it, which is exactly what the movie needed. His orchestral score really drove the movie through, though it's not as memorable as, say, the Avengers theme or the Dark Knight theme. The effects in the movie are also fantastic. Seeing the movie in 3D, everything just really pops out at you. The ants look fantastic and honestly pretty damn adorable. It makes you not want to kill ants anymore for the rest of your life. Also another thing, when Ant-Man shrinks, the entire background blurs out, so all your eyes concentrate on is him. When Ant-Man shrinks, the entire thing is basically computer generated. The cinematography achieved with this new miniature scale world is pretty fantastic, and is really well used in the movie. Another thing that works really well is Ant-Man's fighting. It's like the Edgar Wright test footage from a while ago, just 10 times better. Now, spoiler warning, a message is going to come on the screen. I'm going to start talking about spoilers now, so you can skip this. 3, 2... Anyway, at the beginning of the movie we see a de-aged Hank Pym, which is done really well. You can really tell how far technology is advanced due to this scene. It's really brief, but it's amazing. Another part that was great was the scene when Ant-Man's trying to defuse his bomb, Hank Pym by the way, and then Janet Van Dyne appears, the Wasp, and this is probably the first time you ever see a female, true female superhero on screen. Nothing against Black Widow, but she doesn't have powers. Compared to Janet, she can actually fly. which is really fantastic and really makes me anticipate Captain Marvel a lot more. Anthony's death though, yeah, it's pretty tough to watch, but it's not as tear-jerking as people would lead you to believe. Cassie, Scott's daughter, is kind of lacking. She's only in the movie to show what Scott is fighting for, but that's really it. It's also really obvious she's going to get captured by the end of the film. Also, another gripe that I have is that the final fight is basically shown in the trailers. Like, you watch the trailers and you watch the entire fight. That's why I hate trailers these days. Now, final score, the movie was a great movie. The acting was top-notch, and so was the music and effects. There were a few things in the story that really didn't work or weren't expanded upon enough. And Corey Stoll really worked well with what he had, but it just wasn't enough material. All in all, Ant-Man was a really fun time at the movies, so I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 5. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed my first review ever, and if you could please like this video, comment on it, and of course, subscribe. Now here on the left you can see my previous video, please click that. Please seriously do, it's a fan-made trailer, and on the right there's a funny video I've made. If you want to laugh, click that. Also, press my YouTube channel logo to head on over to my channel, and please subscribe so you can receive everything I do right when it comes out, like more reviews and epic fan-made trailers. Thanks for watching.